Hello, how are you?
Good, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm excited to be back. It's been a few months.
Well, this weather must be great if you're in the real estate business.
It absolutely is. I will say there's been a huge wake-up call, so to speak, when it comes to the industry. On both sides, buyers and sellers are definitely becoming more active, so it's fun to start to pick up again.
Yeah, I noticed, earlier this month, everything didn't look good. It's gray and the trees. Properties are starting to look pretty good with their landscaping and.
Oh, absolutely. We can tell people we're prepping for this time. We've noticed at the brokerage house that the market is becoming more balanced. So what that means is you are seeing that, sellers are getting excited on their end. They've been waiting for this. Mm-hmm. It's a really great time to list properties, especially for sellers who have been living in their home for 4 or more years. They're finally able to tap into that equity they've been building. But then you have the buyers who have been dealing with a little lower of the inventory side of things. So they're now experiencing more homes coming to market, and really gives them the opportunity to be able to see a couple more properties and not have to rush into the process and just make really informed decisions right now too.
Good. Well, that's good news. Let's take a look at the statistics that you brought along.
Yeah. Actually, so I was kind of thinking about what's going on in today's world, and something that popped out was just headlines in general, and unfortunately headlines can be a little misleading. So what you see is they tend to lean towards the extremes one way or another. They're either overly optimistic or they're heavily negative, and so it's always wise to do a little research and due diligence. And one thing that I noticed is that there's a lot of claims around the market tanking, so to speak, when it comes to
tanking?
Yes, tanking.
Tanking.
Meaning that there is an oversupply of new construction right now. And that's actually not the case locally, so I wanted to offer a little insight to that. I actually live in Columbia Township, mm-hmm. and many people know it's a very popular area. And a little fun fact is that in all of 2024, there were actually only 20 new build permits that were pulled, and 90% of those were for custom builds. So there's not really that influx of new construction like you might be seeing in the media.
But there's got to be some land in Columbia Township. It's just ripe for some development.
Oh, everywhere. I've actually been working with a lot of vacant land buyers right now, and it's a lot of fun to work with that side of the spectrum, because these are people that maybe haven't quite found exactly what they're looking for in a home that is already built. And to see their plans come to life, even if it's a few years down the road, it's a pretty cool process.
Cool. Let's take a look at one of your listings that you have for us today. Mm-hmm. Where is this?
So this is 6031 Leora Lane in Jackson. It's actually in the Sandstone Township. It's a beautiful home. I really love that it is, as you can see there, it has a nice kind of semi-wooded entry, very park-like backyard as well, very serene. It's going to be in Western School District as well.
It looks new.
It is a newer home built in 2000, and it has had quite a few updates. The kitchen entirely fully finished basement, but it's a phenomenal plan. It's a ranch style home, so you have everything conveniently located on the primary level. Mm-hmm. But again, that fully finished basement with a 4th bedroom, full rec room, and additional bathroom too. So it's a beautiful property.
Nice big ceilings.
Mm-hmm. Definitely gives you some height there. And private deck off of the primary bedroom as well.
Great wood floors, and the deck off the bedroom too.
Yeah, there's 2. There's going to be a covered deck off the kitchen dining area, which you can see here, and then the one that's going to be private from the primary room. On a little over 1.1 acres, and again, it just you pull up and it's just so quiet. You hear the birds, you hear the little bit of the breeze, but other than that.
Yeah, that aerial shot looks like you're really all by yourself out there.
It does. That's why it's kind of like a semi-rural. It's conveniently located. You are very local to some local amenities, but the property itself being kind of offset off the road is a huge plus in my eyes, and ample parking up in the front. But it's nice. You have semi-privacy, but also being close enough to the town, to Jackson as well.
Nice, and close to 94, I would imagine too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The open house season, it's getting really, I think these next few weekends are going to be very busy for you and the rest of your team.
Absolutely. I actually will be, as of right now, I'm hosting an open house for Leora Lane, but I kid you not, I was getting in my vehicle on my way here and we got an offer on Leora, which is a great thing. I would say for anybody who's interested in seeing it, there is still an opportunity to hopefully get in this evening for some private showings to see the home, because it might not be available much longer. But the Brokerage House is hosting another 6 open houses this weekend just with our firm alone. So I would highly recommend taking a look at our website and just making a weekend out of it, because it's a great weekend to do it with the sunshine being out right now.
Are we getting pretty much the asking price for properties? Are there any bidding wars going on with any of the homes that you have?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I will say that with the market becoming more balanced, we are starting to see, buyers are taking a little bit more time, like I said, in terms of looking at a few properties, but there's a lot of buyers that have been sitting kind of in the background waiting to jump on the right home. So I would anticipate that when it comes to these listings and somebody who's interested in listing, it is a good time, because you're probably going to have a lot of buyers who are going to be sitting there waiting for it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will suggest don't appear too anxious.
Right. You want to hold some cards close to yourself there, but at the same time, if you see a home that you love and is checking off the boxes, you should absolutely make sure that you're working with the right agent and the right lender and have everything ready, so that way you are ready to jump when the time comes.
In the HGTV shows where the realtors are showing properties, there's always the couple, they don't agree. Do you run into that? I
do. Everyone is a little bit different, even for the the units that you think would be a little bit more uniform in some things. It could be something as simple as the placement of the bathroom tub, or just the fact that someone might love that the primary bedroom has a deck off the back, and someone else might say, oh no, I want more wall space. So there's definitely the fluctuation, and you seeing everybody, not every box is going to be checked probably unless you are building a home from scratch. But that's where you kind of do like the 80-10-10, and you think about 80% that you absolutely love about a home, and then the other 10% you kind of work with each other. So
and things can be fixed.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you move in.
Well, happy shopping, happy showing.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Haylee Bennett from the Brokerage House. We've got more to come on the show today. We've got